Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I think this is the first time where I am interacting you face to face. You must have seen me in my various music videos, but at this time I thought that I should talk to you. So, this video is more about walking through my home studio setup, which I just completed, so that I can provide you some quality music with good sound quality. And I thought that I should have at least a minimum setup, so that you can have a nice time listening to my music. So I don't have a pretty fancy kind of setup, but something which is enough to make some good quality music. My setup comprises of three basic components. One is the audio interface, other one is microphone, and third one is laptop, which is a processing system. And yes, of course, my music instruments, flute and synthesizers. So I have been using Poonam flute, and recently I started using Sarfuddin flute, but yeah, I have a mixed feeling for both of them. For synthesizer, I have been using Yamaha PSR 455 since I think now it's almost 5 to 6 years, and I will soon upgrade my system, but yeah, right now I'm happy with it. But yeah, it comes with its own disadvantages and stuffs like that. So to show you my system has the synthesizer which I already mentioned. This is the synthesizer. The synthesizer can be connected using this USB cable, which comes in handy. You can connect it directly to your laptop, and then you can interface it with different softwares like FL Studio. Moving forward, this is the audio interface which I was talking about, which is from Focusrite. So Focusrite has been making these kind of interfaces since quite long time, and they are reliable, and I'm impressed. The sound quality which I'm getting is top notch for me, at least for a small YouTuber like me. And of course the bigger YouTubers too are using Focusrite. Now this one is a single input microphone, single instrument Focusrite, but there are bigger ones also available which can be bought as you pay more and more. So this one which you see over here is the mic connection, and there is instrument connector also available, where you can put up the instrument audio jack and then have your guitar, violin or synthesizer also connected to Focusrite. You could also connect direct monitor over here, which is your headphone or speaker, preferably headphone, because it can be more easy to record in a home studio kind of environment. But of course, if you have a studio, then you are on the other side of the glass, so you would not be listening to the speaker. Now moving forward, if you see here, you can see the light indicator of the microphone, which is pretty good feature over here, which gives you an indication whether you are breaking or creating a crackling sound, or you are within the noise limits. And there is a direct monitor, there is phantom power 48 volt, and there is another one which is called as air, which gives you a special effect in terms of your speech and voice. Towards the back you will see that there is a USB type C port I don't know why they have kept a type C, because there is no any type C feature in this device. It's USB 2.0, and there is left and right uh, speaker connection which you can connect it to listen to your recording. Yeah, there are obviously some advantages of type C, like you, if you have a type C to type C, you can directly connect it to your iPad or the new generation laptops. But yeah, it's for me, it's something which is not giving a value add to the design. Now this is my flute setup, which I uh, kind of used a guitar stand which to keep my flutes, as I found it to be quite handy. But yeah, different people have different kind of flute containers. This is the microphone, which is AKG P120. It's a decent microphone for some small YouTubers like me. But yeah, there are, as I already mentioned, as you increase the cost, the microphone quality goes on increasing. But I still see this not as any kind of a small thing, because the audio quality is top notch for me, at least. This is the filter which I am using, because I don't have the pop-up filter available for the mic, which can be inserted in the mic, because the AKG microphone didn't provide the same, so I had to have a pop-up filter externally. Now there is a laptop connected. Now the good thing about this audio interface is it's purely USB uh, controlled, so you don't need anything but a USB cable. You in one port you can connect your Focusrite or any other company audio interface. In the other port you can connect your synthesizers, or you could connect your synthesizer directly to the Focusrite, as I already mentioned. And that's it. So all you need is talent and subscribers and your software where you can mix all the music. So let me show you the difference of the filter, why the filter is actually required. If you see here, uh, when I'm playing this flute, right, you can listen to my hissing sound. Now I'm keeping this filter over here. You see, the uncomfortable sound gets filtered out. So that is the advantage which we get out of this filter. But yeah, I mean, the mic is in itself pretty impressive in terms of filtering the hissing sound, but it's always good to have such kind of filter. As you see here, you can listen to my breath more compared to what you will listen from the filter. So how does all these things happen through the audio interface? Let's say I connected the audio interface. Let's say I connected the microphone directly to my laptop. Then what happens? First of all, whatever I'm speaking over here, I am listening it in my headphone. Now if I don't have this audio interface and I just connect the microphone directly to my laptop, and I try to listen, what would happen is whatever I say I can listen it after some milliseconds, which is quite uncomfortable for anyone who is recording the sound, because one needs to listen to the sound feedback in order to get synced with what one is performing. So what this audio interface does is it gives a direct feedback. Instead of sound going to laptop processing and then coming out, what it does is it gives a shorter path within the audio interface, and due to which the latency gets reduced, and it's clocked at same frequency instead of this having different clock and my laptop having different clock. Now why clock is required? So talking in terms of technical terms, so there are ADCs and DAC inside the laptop as well as the audio interface. Now laptop has a different ADC, and there is a long pathway which it has to travel through in order to give you the feedback. In an audio interface there is a single ADC which is doing both output as well as input. So there is an ADC and DAC combination inside the audio interface which does this operation. But when it goes to laptop, the clock frequencies differ, the buffering sampling rate differs, and this causes a lot of issues in terms of feedback. Now there is obviously some solutions available by reducing the buffer size, but if you reduce the sampling rate to some extent, it starts producing some crackling sound, which is obviously not. So it's always good to have our own audio interface, so it helps us in listening to whatever we are speaking in sync. Now another thing is that because the audio interface has its own amplifier, it will not have something which will damage your audio quality and originality of the sound. When it goes to laptop, lot of pre-processing happens. Laptop has its own software, everything is digital over there, and I certainly feel that analog and digital has to be equally divided. If there is less analog and more digital processing, it ultimately leads to something which can remove the originality. Obviously nowadays a lot of digital sounds have come which creates some beautiful music, but I generally like the originality to be maintained. So yeah, that's a personal opinion, obviously. Pretty much that is all what we need to know in order to start using this audio interface with laptop. And yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you like it and subscribe my channel. You see I am still growing, and if you subscribe my channel, it will encourage me to produce more and more content for you. Thank you. Bye.